France are on another level when it comes to protests. This weekend, they weren't happy about a new A69 motorway under construction, so they literally built a concrete wall across it. They grabbed their bricks, wheelbarrows, mixed their cement, and even brought out a leveler, because if you're gonna build a protest wall, you're gonna do it right. After that, thousands of people took to the motorway, and it'll go down in history as just another average weekend in France.
Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Viva, viva Palestina!
The France that you see now is a France that is built on the back of those colonies. They were harsh because their very survival depended on these colonies. And their harshness can be seen when, on the eve of independence in African countries, they signed the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization. The yes-no vote for French colonies to decide whether after so-called independence they would retain connection and connectivity with Paris. They gave everybody the opportunity to vote yes or no, but they did not want you to vote no. So that when Guinea voted no under Ahmed Sékou Touré, when they were leaving, they destroyed everything that was capable of being destroyed. Modibo Keïta, in what was then the French Sudan, now Mali, they destroyed everything. Algeria, the pogrom in Algeria, when they were leaving, then led by Ahmed Ben Bella, they destroyed everything. The other countries, they continue to control. As we speak, the currencies of all former French colonies are still printed in France, CFA franc. Their cruelty, I think, comes out of a big psychological burden, which they visit, transfer of aggression. It is painful. You can see even as we speak during the coup d'etats in Africa, the arrogance. You tell a country which is equal in international law that we have accredited our ambassador, we do not care. France, the home of revolution, the home of coup d'etats at one time, can not recognize a revolution when it's taking place, and they say, accept our ambassador. We don't accept the revolution. That is France for you. Arrogance. The most arrogant of the colonial powers. You know, the history of France is the history of how the arrogance fall. If you allow me, the school bully who takes lunch from every little boy and little girl thinks that he is invincible. Then one day, the little boy says, today you are not taking my lunch. And what the little boy does is to hit you when you did not expect. And you find yourself on the ground and everybody is laughing at you. France did not see what is happening in West Africa coming. So they find themselves at a time when they are very weak economically, when at home the population of immigrants is growing bigger and bigger. You go to cities such as Marseille, you find Algerians, you find Moroccans, you find Senegalese, you find Guineans, you find Burkinabe, and things are not happening as they used to be. Then, in the former colonies that you thought you are controlling, a breed of young men and women begin rising. They rise in Guinea-Conakry, and the first thing they do is they say, we abolish all the agreements that exist between us and France. They rise in Burkina Faso and they say the same thing. They rise in Mali and they say the same thing. They rise in Niger, which has been providing you with uranium. Now you can't take it. I think they cannot take it because they are losing food which has been inside of their mouth, and they do not know how to behave. As somebody once said, without Africa, there is no France. Without our former colonies, give France only 20 years, and it will be one of the poorest nations in the continent of Europe. And that is going to happen. And they are resisting because for them this is life and death. But the stars, which I can now perfectly read, are telling me that their goose is cooked, and very well cooked.
The conqueror writes history. They came, they conquered, and they wrote. Now you don't expect people who came to invade us to write the truth about us. They will always write negative things about us. And they have to do that because they have to justify their invasion. I know that my people were there. We don't write our history. It has always been handed down to us orally by our elders. Of course, the white man came and he writes history. In fact, you don't know anything about any place until the white man gets there. The white man comes to any place, nothing lives. It's only when he comes and says, "Boof, I've discovered you, now you exist," which is ridiculous. No, again, that I am right. And because I am right, I know I will win, because the truth shall never be covered by lies.
Non, il est en train de brûler. Oh mon Dieu, non.
Unity is strength, and strength is power. Not only in France, and many other countries are facing the same. So just imagine that only 3 countries in Africa has caused all this in France. Only 3 countries from Africa, the West Africa, the Sahel region, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger has caused this. And all this, it started as a joke when Ibrahim Traore came and expelled French troops from his country. And people differently reacted from this action, which we never know that it can dot out these good results. All that is happening today in France is a revolution. That's why I say that unity is strength and strength is power. That this is revolution. And through revolution, that's when we get what we want. That's when the only action that can bring out anything good that the people need. That's the only way that can reform everything from the government, not the governance, not the policies, the tax, and everything that's happening in the country, which is not favoring the citizens, which is causing more damages, which is causing more problems, which is causing instability and everything in that country. When I say that that unity is strength, I mean a lot, because when you go to French is a country, a great country. French is a great empire, which has every type of weapons. They have a lot of guns, the stronger ones. They have a lot of weapons. But at this time, this weapon cannot help them. This weapon cannot protect them. They cannot protect them from the power of the citizens. This weapon cannot protect them from the power of the citizens, of the voters, because all that the voters demand is that they want a change. They want a revolution. They want to liberate their country, because the country has been there using them, spending their money, cutting their salaries, imposing more taxes, but they are doing nothing that can provide best lead and a life from the citizens to the citizens. So what do they expect that it can happen? They have been using African leaders to fight themselves. They have been causing chaos, crisis, and war to Africa just because they wanted to take African resources. All that they bothered was African minerals. They never cared about the people who killed each other, or who killed themselves every day. They never cared about the terrorists who came to kill, to adapt, to rape, and to do all sort of human crime every day in Africa. They never cared about the hunger, the drought that killed millions of Africans. They never cared. And at the same time, this same Africa is the place that they come each and every day to take minerals, to take everything, and leave Africa in a poor status. Now today, the Africans are the ones who are watching them as they fight their problems with no hope of victory. When you go today in Paris, the Paris is on fire. The Paris has collapsed. The Paris has burnt, totally destroyed. Emmanuel Maccron is the problem. And all that I brought you was just a take from P.L.O. Lumumba. And there was a warning. Before the great ancestors of Africa died, they issued a warning from the great empires that what you are doing to us will never go in vain. All that we are doing to our life, you will pay for it. All that we are doing for us, our generation will make you suffer. And now the prophecy is being fulfilled. The prophecy has come to pass. And that's today. That's why the great empires are facing the wrath. God of the black people is working. The power and the spirit and the curse and the words from the great African leaders who are taken down with no crime, just because they speak about the unity, just because they wanted to liberate their countries, just because they expose the truth to their people. It is speaking today. They are speaking, and they are not just speaking, but they are doing actions. They are working through the African youths. They are working through the Africans just to make sure that their dreams must be fulfilled. Their dreams must come to pass because they died fighting for this. And now French is not only facing challenges in his country. When they come to Africa, now Africa is the place that is now burning. They have nowhere to step their foot. They have no any access to Africa. They have been the one controlling who to visit their countries. They have been the one controlling and deciding who to visit their empires, and who to stay, who not to stay. And now today, their own empires is not a place to settle, because everywhere is fire. Everywhere is burning. So they took everything and all riches from Africa to go and benefit from themselves, to build up their own. And they forgot the place they got all this. They forgot the place that they destroyed their leaders, that these people needed the best life. What are they facing today? What are they facing today? I don't want to take much of your time, because I believe that you have heard this, and I believe that you have enjoyed this video. I am speaking to the black people. I am speaking to the black community wherever you are watching from. I am speaking for you. This video is for you. This is dedicated especially for you. Wherever you are, when you have something to eat, you must eat and fully sustain yourself. You must have peace in your mind. You must have energy. You must be healthy. Just to watch all that is happening, because we are expecting a lot. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the prophecy of our ancestors. I believe that Kwame Nkrumah, wherever he is, Patrice Lumumba, wherever he is, they are smiling. They are smiling when they check the status that are the situation in France. Because the same situation has been happening in Africa, in Congo, but they never come to address this. Instead, they have been coming to make it happen to be good, to be huge every day. They have been coming to expand it, to push it, to fund it, so that the African keep on fighting, because if country has no peace, anybody can come in, anybody can access and do whatever he want to do and get away. And that is the tactic that they have been using, just to make sure that they continue capturing Africa and controlling all that we have today. So, no escape route. All that is needed is that Emmanuel Maccron must resign. And we as Africans, we are here to support. We are here to support because Africans are suffering from the wounds that you caused. Africans are traumatized from what you caused. The Africans are living in a situation where they can't forget all that happens to their people, to their loved ones, because of you. The African continent has been exploited just because of you. African continent is poor because of you. African are living like refugees. The children are dying with the diseases. Women are dying with no caring. The Africans have no jobs. They suffer because of you. They lost their lands because of you. And today, you just want to come easily and say that you want the support from Africans. No sympathy, no support. All that we are doing here is to watch over everything that they are passing through, because this is our time. This is the God's time. He was silent, but he was never asleep. And he said that everything comes on his own time. So we believe that this is our time. This is our time, and now he is on our side. And now you are the one to pay for everything that you committed. Thank you very much. Any black community, any black viewer, wherever you're watching from, I love you and I appreciate you. You never chose this video to watch accidentally, but you had a special dominion that guided you just to open this video and watch, because this is the kind of thing that we have to watch and know all that is happening across the globe, and all that is happening which we as Africans, we are privileged to watch, because all that they are passing through, they deserve. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to come back next time, because we are doing this each and every day, the same time, the same place. Speak out your views. Put across everything that you feel like you have to speak, because you are not just speaking to me, but you are speaking to the hundreds and thousands of people who are watching these videos. So whenever you discuss, you are discussing to many people, and you will get the responses to your comment. And I'll make sure that I respond to each and every comment that pops in my comment section, because we are doing this to share our ideas and speak our minds. Until next time we come and do the same, thank you and be blessed wherever you're from.